Hi guys, my name is John Carrick, author of Legacy of a Mad Scientist and The Legend of Ashley Fox. Today we're out here looking at 100 Bullets 94, where I try to derive, this is a show where I try to derive hints, tips, and tricks about how to tell comics and stories for comics, TV, movies, video games, novels. Mostly, I adore comic fiction. I love novels too, but not the same way. I love audiobooks. I love movies, TV shows, as I'm sure other comic book artists and writers do as well, and video games. I went to school for games and have learned how to make. I haven't published any, but I've made a few things that are fun to play, at least for myself on my own end in Unity and Unreal. Once I started making games, I stopped playing them, which has been an interesting sort of lifelong development. My goal, I am on what is commonly known in writing on TV tropes. My life is on a ticking clock now. I don't have a lot of time to get my work out to the world. So here we go, 100 Bullets, 94. Lono and Dizzy on the cover, and they don't know how much they hate each other yet. They have not met yet. And a great ad right on the inside cover for the Dark Knight soundtrack. It's not even for the movie. That's for the original motion picture soundtrack, available now. So, Javier Vasco's a liar. Okay, then why aren't you leaving the truth to me? Isn't that what I'm paid for? Don't kid yourself, Lono. My backing your succession to Warlord after the death of Shepard had nothing to do with the truth. The truth is that you owe your position to the fact that unpredictability scares the shit out of people. Augustus Medici doing a bit of exposition, reminding us, the audience, that Shepard is dead, and that was a bunch of issues ago. Dizzy's the one who did it. But she was manipulated into it. None of us knew that Graves had planted a trigger in her, that when she heard the word Croatoa, she was going to shoot Shepard. Apparently Shepard, and only Shepard, which is strange. Javier's lying. I'll know. That's why I'm here, to look in his eyes. What worries me, and should worry you as well, is if he's being honest. Are you listening? Huh? Yeah, honest. I'm just marking the order. The what? In case. Go ahead, swing your big dick, Augustus. I'm going to do the same. 100 Bullets, Chapter 6, Kill-de-Sac. Written by Brian Azzarello, illustrated by Eduardo Risso, colored by Patricia Mulville, lettered by Clem Robbins, cover by Dave Johnson, assistant editor Casey Cias, editor Will Dennis. Here we go, that's Dizzy standing out in, so they're at Javier Vasco's Seattle ranch. What do you call it? Mr. Vasco, you have a visitor. I'll be up in a few minutes or so. He can wait. No, I can't. Graves? I wasn't expecting you. Ah! So now look, this is the exact same house. Dizzy's standing out in that field, and Lono's there too. Graves and Augustus are both getting there at the same time. Graves is getting to Vasco first. And since this is a cut to another part of the house, it's hard to actually know it's the exact same residence, but it is. Hold your fire! Smart, Captain. Very smart. Nobody wants to die here, especially not old men. Speak for yourself, Phil. So that's Augustus Medici entering the wine cellar. Excuse me. Got a light? I don't smoke. Give me time, Chica. I just got here. So you're what? Vasco's mistress? That must suck. Sucking the life out of Pap. Right? So what did she do to bust the end of his cigar? Dizzy is a serious girl. Sometimes, when she's not tied up or being a plot device. She kicked the tip of his cigar. It would have kicked the whole cigar out. Wouldn't have snapped it in half, right? No shit. You crew? Well, fuck me. I mean, looking around, all I caught was a bunch of ass clowns. Yeah, me too. You, baby doll, are going somewhere you don't want to. Wrong, lover boy. I'm not going anywhere. I apologize. So that's either Graves or Medici in Javier Vasco's wine cellar. There we go. Augustus Medici. The L cut never fails in this fucking book. I hate it. I hate it. You hear that, Javier? Phil says he's sorry. I'm sorry too. You? Well, then if we all are, we can get down to fucking business, because that's where we need to be. It seems, Phil, you and I came here for the same reason. That says something about your character, Javier. Both of us jumping to the same conclusion. And nothing of your own, of course. This is a loaded scene, right? This is the peak of 100 Bullets, right? This is it. This is the climax. This is the final showdown. Doesn't really matter who else is left. This is where all the power players are. Nobody gets out of here alive, as Jim Morrison sings. I told Augustus, and I'll tell you the same. I had no hand in Rothstein's death. Well, someone's have blood on them. Not yours, though, They stay clean, while that high horse you're on wades through the Red River. Jesus, Phil. I mean, what did you expect? Our contract to be honored. What are you, a little girl in the back seat for the first time? That's naive. Look at Graves looking at Medici. Medici's the one who got him into this. He's the one who convinced him he could be trusted in the first place. But he's just saying whatever he needs to say to get him to the next room. He's just saying whatever he needs to say to level up. There is nothing beyond the immediate moment for Augustus Medici. There's no honor among thieves. Ha. So you came in that car. That is Lono talking. That is Lono talking to Dizzy, asking if she came in that car, and he follows it up with, I'm in the one on its ass. Yeah, I saw you get out after a man. Huh, babe, you're a real pistol. I ain't no baby. No, you ain't. You're a hot piece of asphalt with dangerous curves. So Dizzy kinda likes that. She's impressed. Lono's smoking his busted cigar. And, they're not fully introduced yet. Lono should know who she is right now. And I'm ignoring the advertisement for Air, the Kaylee Kuko TV show. I'm sure that's not what it is, but that's what it reminds me of. What was that called? The Stewardess? So Dizzy asking Lono, what the fuck is your story? How the hell do I know? I'm in it. Don't I know that? Yeah, Pistol. We ride in cars, but we don't drive 'em. That sounds like something else I knew would have said. He was spot on. What makes you think he was a he? Point, it is a chick sort of view. You'll kill me if you tell me you're into the pussy, Pistol. I might kill you anyway. My name is Dizzy. Do you remember the nights we used to spend down here? Only that they were long. The details? Not really. Seriously? All the beginnings of your better future bullshit? See, that's my point. Augustus Medici is saying whatever he has to say to get these guys on his side. And it doesn't matter what combination of offers he has to offer them. He doesn't even remember. He doesn't care. He'll pay it in the moment. Not bull, fuck, horse, or chicken shit, but truth. But you don't remember our conversations? I have an impression as to what I think they were about, as opposed to what they really might have been. It's better that way. Cleaner. Not remembering the details. I cling to that, I guess. The three of us. So that is Augustus Medici saying, I promised you everything and nothing, and I don't remember of it, and I don't remember any of it, because none of it meant anything to me. It was a means to an end. That is the nature to a lot of relationships, isn't it? Whatever I have to do to get through today. It's no way to live your life. I never read Fables or Saga, and I tried to pick both of those up. You mean you and the two of us. See, look at that. Augustus Medici is doing whatever he has to do to get out of the room, to win the day. Tomorrow doesn't matter. And these two, Graves and Vasco, have just come to realize that after 30 years of working with him. No, the two of us and you is what I meant. Or just me. So look, Medici's playing the room. He's playing poker without cards, right? And the stakes are everything. There was a time, I think, where we treated each other with respect. There was a three of us. Augustus, did you know Javier offered to reinstate the Minutemen if I kept out of a hit he had planned on you? I did keep away, but not for that reason. And Javier, you know Augustus has no use for you. Yes. And that's true. Look at that. I mean, and why should he? A king has no use for other kings, right? An emperor has use of ministers, though. And you can't tell a minister he's a king and you're the emperor. It doesn't work that way. Unless he is a king of a kingdom and you're an emperor of an empire. And that, I suppose, is different. But those are not equal positions. Augustus Medici is an emperor. It's in how he's sitting in that chair while Javier Vasco is standing up talking over his shoulder and Graves is talking over his shoulder. That bottom panel is How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way on steroids. Look at that. This book has been a masterclass in negotiations, in poker rooms, in poker games where there are no cards. It's not all shootouts in life. This is about Brian Azzarello could direct film. Why isn't he directing at least television? He's a great writer. He could be a director too. Or Eduardo Risso. Why isn't Eduardo Risso directing television? Eduardo Risso could be directing TV, but he's in Argentina. So he's not directing American television. He's drawing comics. And again, how do you pull this drama? I mean, you can tell them that's what you want from them, and you might get it, but drawing it is something else entirely. And lighting it would be even tougher. Think about lighting a 100 Bullets video game. I was thinking about that this morning, like walking through the rooms and the shadows. It would be amazing. It would be amazing. But that's why I'm still alive, no? So now this is Javier Vasco answering yes, yes. But that's why I'm still alive, no? Because Augustus Medici doesn't need him, and he's also not in the way. Dizzy. Dizzy, dizzy, dizzy. It fits. I got a message for you from that spot-on dude. So Lono knows the name of the girl who killed Shepard. He's just never met her. Shepard, wasn't it? And so he drops his name. How? We talked while he was bleeding out in the desert. He told me to tell you. So Lono knows firsthand how Shepard died and who did it. Because Lono's the one that Shepard called. Shepard's message to Lono was to tell Dizzy he forgives her. It's not her fault. I remember that crystal clear. Brian Wood, writer of DMZ. I didn't read that. I only read Channel Zero. Would I give Northlanders a chance? I don't know. I don't know. I've read some other stuff from him I didn't like, and I don't remember what it was either, so. It wasn't your fault. So that's Lono telling Dizzy what Shepard said to him. It wasn't your fault. I still blame myself. Then he puts that giant fucking paw on her shoulder. Yeah, well, I blame you too. And lifts her up by her neck. So here we are, right back where we started. That, I am guessing, is Javier Vasco. It might be Graves. Might be Augustus Medici. The L cut down at the bottom, down there. It is Javier Vasco pouring the wine for his two guests. What have we become? Now, who is this responding? I think it's Augustus Medici, given the amount of words. He is word salad exposition. Graves is way more to the point. When we were young, the three of us understood that the trust needed to change. The old men, with their old ways of doing business, we became. No, Javier, you did, to a fault. I know it wasn't easy. I grew into the role. Time cures, ages. That's all it does. But I think that's enough. Now it says I picked, but I want to say kicked, right? This is a panel down at the bottom where Lono has got Dizzy by the back of her neck. He's not really choking her. It's hard to choke someone from around the back of their vertebrae. And his hands are big enough, but she's not a small girl. Eva Mendes would be a perfect Dizzy back when she was 24, if you could have got her to work out and learn Kung Fu, or Taekwondo, or Karate. I kicked against you and the rest of the houses at first because that was my job, to be a fucking troublemaker. Be a fucking troublemaker so you could sell the piece. As I grew older, I realized that conflict between the trust was its blood. It kept us honest, and the peace we agreed upon as young men was bad for its heart. That's so, because you felt guilt in your own. Now that, I'm guessing, is Augustus Medici because Javier Vasco killed his father. Javier Vasco had Graves and Medici kill his father. Augustus, why do you think I didn't have any children? I always thought you didn't have the balls, Javier. So that is telling, right? Javier Vasco didn't have any kids because Augustus killed his dad and put him in power. And he knew that if he had kids, that it would just be a matter of time before he had him killed and had his children put in power. And we're looking at 30 years. They'd be about 25 now, right about where Benito is, where Megan Dietrich is. Just the brains. Graves, we made it clear in the trust that Rothstein was off limits. Even after you surfaced. Despite what he provided to you, he was more valuable alive. Augustus, you accused me, but... Doesn't he look like Mr. Howell from Gilligan's Island down there in that bottom panel? The millionaire. Javier, why would I be here if I ordered? You wouldn't. You'd be silent. Rothstein was invisible. No one other than the heads of the houses and you, the chief of the Minutemen. Graves, you didn't tell your men? No, of course not. Then the hit came from within the trust. And so there's Dizzy kicking Lono's ass out in front of all the other bodyguards. And it's only because she's got those nice shoes. He catches her foot. I thought for sure he was going to break her leg, throw her, do something, but she got away from him and clocked him again. How many kicks does it take to put Lono on his ass? We might not find out in this issue. I honestly don't remember. He's got a bloody mouth, though. Another one puts him into the bodyguards. Ow. It's funny. The old guard is dead. What we had planned has come to pass. What we forgot to plan for was the new guard. Why didn't I have any children, Augustus? Because I was one, once. Bam, 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 bam. So who got shot? Did Lono get shot? Did Dizzy get shot? Did Dizzy get shot at? Is that where it leaves off? Or do we have one more page? I honestly don't know. What is this editorial by G. Wilson. So that's a female. Is that a female drawing it or writing it? Sounds like your men bit off a bit more than they could chew, Javier. Jesus. Lono. No. What? That fucking maniac is with you? No, Dizzy. Jesus. So what's happened? Dizzy has kicked his ass. Lono's pulled a gun out of his waist or his shoulder holster and unloaded at her. And I have not opened up tomorrow's, and I might not be here tomorrow. I've missed 2 shots because the doctor's office didn't make appointments for me. Apparently, appointments there are arbitrary. It's a bit like the DMV. You just have to go. And I might be fucked. I'll find out tomorrow. The ongoing saga of my damaged eye. And the back page is actually, I want to turn this over because look at this. Owner's manual. I guess it's a comic book. That looks pretty cool. I don't know that I'd pay money for it, but I might read it once. The Batmobile and how to use it. 100 Bullets 94. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.